Hey everybody, it's Thursday after work. I thought I'd check in with everybody. Came outside to play with my dogs before I go in and watch game one of the NBA Finals. Of course, my dogs do not care about game one of the NBA Finals. I do. So, last time we talked about the things that I do not like about my dogs. And again, I will reiterate that I'm not regretful of having big dogs. I just want you to know that there's some not so desirable things about having big dogs. And so I tried to talk about that last time. This time, I think I may try to go for maybe some more positive tone. It's unfortunate that I actually lost a subscriber from my last stream. I guess they didn't like me talking about negative about my dogs. It's the way things goes. People come, people go. If you're not a fan of the channel, I understand. If you are, cool. Stay around, enjoy us, enjoy the puppies. If you're new, again, I have a Rottweiler, Storm, and I have a Connie Corso. His name is Rain, and I have a little one here. Her name is Missy. We call her Misdemeanor Missy. She's our alpha, and she's also the oldest dog that we have. And then he's the youngest. He's a year and a half. And then Storm is 3. So she's an adult. He's a young adult. And then she's basically a geriatric. And she's my sweetheart. Ooh, what are they doing over there? So I try to come every day to kind of wind down for an end of the day kind of thing, and let everybody play with my dogs. So if you want to rub the dog, just let me know. I'll be your hands, okay? So if you want me to rub on Storm's belly, which I can, you know, just let me know. If you want me to rub on that Connie Corso, let me know. So I'll be your hands. But so one of the positive things, right? One of the positive things is that they're such big dogs. They're like teddy bears. They're like having a real human there to love on you, and unconditional love. If I had to sum it up into one phrase, unconditional love. Humans will let you down, right? Jenkins, you're first again. Good to see you, buddy. But humans will let you down, right? Your dogs, they don't care. They don't care if you've been a butthole all day long. They don't care if you've cursed out your boss, if you stole your coworker's food out of the refrigerator. They don't care. They are your buddies and they're your friends day and day. I'm being kind of Storm, baby, Storm. I'm kind of calming her down real quick because she's getting a little grabby there. Yeah, Jenkins, they do play nice, but I'm not a fan of her kind of biting his neck too much. So I do try to discourage a little bit of that. I don't want them to not play. I don't want them to be scared to play. But I am a little bit like, I don't want to have too many scars. I mean, they're gonna have scars. They're dogs and they're big dogs, so that comes with the territory. But I don't need them to just always biting each other's necks so they're like bleeding and having a terrible time. So yeah, you're right, Jenkins. She gets serious. That is her nature. My female Rottweiler, she is intense. She loves hard. She plays hard. Nobody can stop her. That is her. So that is one of the reasons why I even have a Connie Corso, is because I just needed a tough dog that's had the energy, had the muscle to handle my Rottweiler. Look at that. she's, she's a handful, man. Like I said, she plays hard and she loves hard. So he's somewhat handling her. He's putting his body weight on her to kind of pin her down. So I gotta be careful though, cause hey, oh, hey. Okay, now you're getting too much. Hey, Rain, cut it out. Yeah, that was when it gets a little bit too much. I let them play, but as soon as they start changing that tone and they start getting serious, that's when I step in. So, because they're good dogs, but they just need to be watched. They need to be basically policed. And then once they've done the little thing there, they don't care anymore. They walk off. So Jenkins is asking me if these two could have puppies, would I keep them or keep one? Uh, you know, I don't know. I don't know what a Connie Corso Rottweiler combination would be like. I don't know what it would look like. I don't know if it'd be a healthy dog or not. I'm sure that someone has one out there that has a mix of Connie Corso Rottweiler. I think that'd probably be a cool looking dog. But my big girl, she's fixed, so she's not gonna be producing any puppies. You know, he's intact, so he has the potential to create more Connie Corsos. And yeah, she pees, I pees, right? Dominance thing. But he would be a great um, father to some Connie Corsos. He's got the right temperament. He comes from a great line, so he would be great. So I think my wife and I are still debating if that's a real thing for us, but we're keeping our options open. So that's why he still has his little thing still back there. So thanks, Jenkins. Yeah, man, I'm very happy to have a little bit of a following. You know, we're working on it. We just try to keep doing what we're doing, keep showing the dogs off, and just keep it rolling. Come here, big boy. Come say hi to the camera. Come here. So what do I like about Connie Corsos? Well, I do love that they're not a yappy dog. Okay, so he's not always barking, which is really nice. Come here. You know, for the most part, he's pretty quiet. Even when he's playing with Storm, you know, you don't hear a lot of growling. You don't hear a lot of all the noise. So that's a pretty cool thing about him. And maybe, I don't know if it's all Connie Corsos, but my Connie Corso is relatively quiet. The only time he really says anything is, you know, obviously if someone's walking and he doesn't, or coming up to the yard and he doesn't know him, then he gets a little vocal about that. And the other times that he's a little bit loud, he's trying to go inside. He's like, come on, I'm going to go back in the AC. The other time is he'll randomly, Darwin, what's going on, man? How you doing? The only other time that, you know, he'll be vocal is randomly, and I say this happens maybe every other night. He just hauls off and goes back to his roots and starts howling like a wolf. He'll howl like a wolf, like randomly in the middle of the night. um, Darwin, you're looking for her? Looking for a little girl? Little Alpha? Here she is, controlling the water. You will not enter into the pool unless you've been invited, right? Unless you've been invited. Yes, you've been invited. Yes. There's where the Alpha is. Yeah, man, I've been doing great. Darwin, I just got home from work. I like to do my little daily dose of puppy time and playtime, so I thought maybe I'd share with everybody. Fui restaurante. Is that what you said, Darwin Santos? Fui restaurante? Yeah, Jenkins, she loves to be petted. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Man, I've got a house full of sweet puppies. They're really good. Really, really good. And there's old girl Storm exploring. I think she's still looking for that dead bird, which, by the way, I did not throw away. I was supposed to throw away yesterday, and I forgot about it. Oh, doggone frogs jumping in the pool. Hey, big girl, say hello to everybody. She's looking at the water like she wants to jump in. Pretty sure she's not. Jenkins. Yeah. Can y'all imagine Storm and Missy if they were ever able to reproduce? So one of the things that again, my wife loves Rottweilers. Sure, Zink. I'm actually going up to the small dog now. My wife has always been a fan of Rottweilers, and so of course Storm was her first and my first Rottweiler, her and Storm's brother, and um, and so but before we got the Rottweilers, we got her. This was our first um, kind of dog that had the almost the markings of a Rottweiler. Rottweiler. If you see her, she has that all dark on her back, and then she's got these brown little markings on her legs, and so she has like the colors, and so she's like a little mini Rottweiler. Yeah, what's going on, girl? So we always made fun of that. There's like Rottweiler one and Rottweiler Junior. Yeah, no problem, Zink. So I think the Connie Corso gave up on me and decided to go in the house. He frequently does that. He's just like, you know what, I'm going in. Storm will kind of chill in the grass and let the cool breeze cool her off, but Rain is just like, nah, I give up. I'm going inside. But if we start playing, we start grabbing toys, he's coming. He'll start coming out here, and so let's see if he comes out. Let's go to grab some toys, pretend like we're having a good time. Jenkins was saying you met Rain and Missy. Well, I don't know if that's possible. Oh look, I barely grabbed the toy and he's ready. Look, so I told you he was gonna come right out. Yeah, I don't know if it's possible for Rain and Missy to procreate. I mean, Missy's fixed too. She's been fixed a long time. But Darwin, are you saying you like Storm? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, there's. Jenkins, are you creating a name for Missy and Rain put together? Rigimus or Rigimissy? Rigimissus? Ah, yeah. Yeah, these Rottweilers, man, they're wonderful dogs. Another thing I like about these dogs, they're great family dogs. I think that's well known for the breed. They have a wonderful ability to bond with family members, and they're like basically they're like lap dogs just on steroids, right? So we got both of them, bro. I'm gonna be straightforward. We got Claus, and then he's got what you just mentioned. So we got both. If you're if you're curious, but yeah, but those claws are not supposed to be. All right, so just so you know, Eric, we that's one of my projects. She's not really good with letting me clip her nails, and our puppy sitter has tried a couple times, and she's not a fan of letting her cut her nails either. So we've decided that it's time to let the vet do it. So we may have to sedate her a little bit, put her under, and then get to those nails. The big thing is if you can keep ahead of the game. So I need to find a way to kind of something that she can tolerate. uh, yeah, something that she can tolerate where we can keep up on it. But right now we've kind of just said, well, we'll just have to wait until we get her into the vet, and the vet's going to clip these nails because this is not cool. So just as you know, it's great for her, when she wants to protect herself, but there's zero need for her to be clawing people, and she will do it. That's one of the reasons why I've instituted a rule with my puppies that they only get in the pool when they're invited. Like we'll jump in first and we'll swim around, and they're not allowed to jump in until, and I usually, let them have the last 10, 15 minutes that we're out here so that they can have fun too. But once she jumps in the pool, she circles you and you're like trying to swim and her claws are coming at your back, and you'll be kind of clawed up. So that's why we swim first, then they are invited later on to play, and then by that time everyone's kind of settling down and they kind of let them take over the pool. But yeah, so those claws, not ideal, not what we want, but we're kind of stuck right now until we can get it fixed. So what the dog doing? I think you saw Rain sniffing some butt there. Yeah, that's what he does. He loves to, he's got a little sensory thing. He wants to smell her butt and her stuff all the time. That is his thing. Hey yo, dogs got be bricked up. Sorry, bro. Dogs got be bricked up. Hey, what you mean, L2? What do you mean by the my dogs be bricked up? Yeah, there he goes back in the house. You want to explain that? I'm not up with the lingo. You know what I'm saying? Dogs got me bricked up. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, we're just out enjoying the coolness of the day because here in Texas it is hot. It is hot, y'all. Is it hot where y'all are at? Cause it's hot down here, y'all. I mean, my grass is starting to already get a little brown. You can see that I spent all that money on this sod trying to make it nice and cushy for the dogs, and the sun just comes and tears it up. So if I don't have grass out here, the dirt, because we live in a very sandy area, and so we get all these sandburrs, and it's just a terrible place for them to run around. Yes, 96 where you at, Eric? Yeah, it's hot, man. It is hot. So, anyways, I'm not going to stay on very long. I am trying to catch the first game of the NBA Finals. Are y'all into that? Are y'all into the NBA Finals? Who you got for tonight, Game One? Is Dallas coming out hot? Celtics going to come out on top? Who y'all rooting for? Storm, I know who she's rooting for. Storm, who you rooting for tonight? Homeboy's back from outer space. You like football? I'm really not much of a sports guy, but I did live in the Fort Worth area, and so I became a Mavs fan while I was there. Hey, Sky, what's going on? Nice to see you. But yeah, I was a Mavs fan for a while. And then I got closer to Central Texas, and they kind of scooped me into the Spurs a little bit. So I'm somewhere between the Spurs and a Mavs fan. But yeah, so another thing I like about the dogs is they're always willing to entertain. They're always there for you, and you are never bored. So if you're retired or you just need something to do in your life, and there are many people who just have very little to do, very little responsibility, and they just kind of create trouble for everybody because they're so fixated because they know so much about their job or whatever, and they just have zero responsibilities at home. So if you're that person and you need a little bit more to do, puppies help, dogs help. They help you have a purpose and they give you something more than your job to think about. So not that that's not, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but some people just like, you know how they are. You guys work with people who all they do is eat and breathe their job, and they know so much about their job that they have time to criticize everyone else. And you don't know what you're doing. You suck. And I'm like, okay, dude, do you have anything else in your life? So if you need a little bit more in your life to do besides criticize people or whatever, get you some dogs, man. they will keep you busy. I'm telling you. So these big guys keep me busy. So Eric Salazar, if you get puppies, would you sell them? I mean, I, dude, I'm not in the breeder business. That's something that I don't know. My coworker has three Cane Corsos, and matter of fact, it's his sister. Her name is Lucia. Boy, he's just dragging her around. Look at that, just dragging that poor Rottweiler around, and uh, and so she's about to start her little thing where she's going to be a breeder. And Sky, you're asking me, do you support therines? Ooh, can you explain that, Sky? I'm sorry, I don't really know. I want a bull terrier. So I think Darwin, he's all about the Rottweilers. So I'm down with that, Darwin. I love me some Rottweilers too. I like some. Are you just saying you like Storm? What are you saying, Darwin? And also, Sky, can you explain what therines are? Therines? 'Cause I'm not familiar with that. Is that a type of sport or is that a dog or what are we talking? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So we know who, what which breeds Darwin's all about. Nicotine. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on with it? So yeah. She loves rain. Yeah. Here's my Rottweiler there. So if you don't have anything in your life and you need something more than just television in your job, and you're ready for the challenge, you're ready to do the research, you're ready to, care and love for an animal, these big dogs will take up a good majority of your time, and you will have something else to talk about at the office besides work, 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 work. Jenkins, I've been asking that same question over and over and over. Where is Duck? Where is Duck? She came and then she ducked out and she won't come back. So Duck was somebody who we interact with a couple of days ago. How long ago has it been now? It's been like 5 or 6 days now that Duck came on, and she was just on fire. I spent more time addressing Duck than I did talking about the dogs. But yeah, she was one of the OGs. So so she is a great companion. I think both of my dogs are great companions. Storm has just been a wonderful dog. Like I said, she's like a lap puppy. So you'll be sitting on the couch, and this girl will just plop down, and all 100 pounds come crashing on your lap as if she's the size of Missy. And which could be a good thing or it could not be, depending on how you look at it. Now, one thing about the Rottweilers, so this is for Darwin, one for the Rottweilers and zero for the Cane Corso, at least my Cane Corso, not all Cane Corsos, but mine. This girl is relatively clean, okay? She has a little bit of slobber here and there, but homegirl is relatively clean in comparison to my Cane Corso. My goodness, that boy can slobber. He can slobber and he can slobber. So you're sitting on the couch. Okay, I want you to picture you. You're trying to have, the NBA is getting ready to start, the finals are getting ready to start, right? And we're gonna cut on that big screen TV. I got the Bose system running, and my dogs noticed I'm walking towards the couch, not even sitting down yet. They come running. You sit down, and she's on my right. Homeboy Rain is on my left, but his mouth, plop, just slobber right all on my leg, on my shoulder. That is, so I immediately grab a towel and I start wiping his mouth, wiping my clothes. But my Rottweiler, homegirl, is clean. And I will say this, just as a kind of a general thought too, is she is just like, she doesn't smell. My Cane Corso, he needs to be bathed fairly regularly, or else he just has just a little bit of funky flavor. Okay, he funky. My Connie Corso, he funky. She can go quite a bit of time without having a bath, and she just kind of just doesn't really smell that bad, you know. But my Rottweiler, you have to make sure he stays relatively clean. You know what I mean? Um, I said this video was not about the negatives. I talked about the negatives last time. Tonight was supposed to be the positives. So if you're like Darwin and you like Rottweilers, they seem to be relatively clean. And they don't have a lot of slobber. At least mine doesn't. I'm quite sure there's going to be somebody who says like my Rottweiler actually is, does slobber. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm talking about you. My Rottweiler does have slobber everywhere, but I'm telling you, in comparison to my Connie Corso, I mean, homeboy will he'll come right in front of you and then he'll shake his head, and slobber goes all bonjour, Enver Yalmaz. Bonjour, how are you? Are you in France by chance? Enver, good morning. So for us, it's 8 p.m. at nighttime. So I'm assuming you must be in France if you're saying good morning and you're saying bonjour. Yes. Carl is in the house. What's going on, Carl? All right. So Carl wants me to do behind the ears. Carl says hi. Give you a scratch behind the ears. 50% French and 50% German in there. Let me give you some scratch behind the ears. Carl wants to love on you a little bit. Say thank you, Carl. So I think Jenkins asked a question about the dogs. What dog keeps the best time? A watchdog. She's more of a guard. Well, I don't know. That's a hard question, Jenkins. They both tag team. I don't know if dogs just inherently know how to coordinate that. One person um, picks up something and the other one jumps in. And now he patrols. He's a patroller. So I'm glad you're good, Carl. But the Cane Corso, since we brought him home, that has been his behavior. He patrols around the house. He just kind of, you'll be sitting around, and the next thing you know it, he'll just get up and he'll start walking around the room. Then he just kind of moseys around all throughout the house. So he's a patroller. But she's more like it. She needs to hear something before she's like, "What's going on?" I'm gonna jump up and get involved. So she's a little more intentional with hers, and he's just kind of more of a, um, just circulates around to see if he can catch something. But Envir, where do you live? It's 5 a.m. my country. Oh, dude, yeah, man, we're at totally different time zones. We are definitely, and Jenkins answered the question. We're in Texas. Yes, yes, yes. Carl says his pool. Yeah, Carl, I was just talking about the dogs in the pool, being in the pool. Um, I've trained them kind of not to do now. When I'm away at work, they will stand in the water, but she knows that she has to be invited to go in the pool. And thank you, Carl. I appreciate you. I'm really not, sharing things that I studied. I'm just kind of sharing the things I've experienced with having my dogs, because you notice things as you care for them. You notice they have behaviors or certain things, and I think it's important to know your dog so that you can better protect them and better guide them. But so as far as, like I said, the pool thing, they have to be invited to go in the pool, because if we are out in there in the pool and they jump in, they just invariably take over. They take over the pool. Not so much. Oh, there's a deer out there. He sees. We have deer in our neighborhood. But, oh, you may not be able to see it from here, but there's like a little deer right there. But that's what they're hearing. So yeah, so we invite them in, and then like usually like the last 10 or 15 minutes before we get out of the pool, we tell them to come in, and then we let them have some fun. Ooh, and Veer's asking me about my 5 favorite countries. Oh, dude, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not well traveled, So that is one of my goals when I retire is to get away from the U.S. a little bit. Um, I've been to Mexico. I mean, I think you can't be in Texas and not have some experience with going to Mexico, right? And I have fun every time I go. I've taken cruises and visit some local. Um, who are you talking about, Carl? My daughter is set there looking at the Rottweiler, going, "Oh, oh." Tell Carl, tell your daughter thank you. Hey, Stormy, you gotta admire her. Come here, Stormy. Somebody wants to see you. Come here. Say hello to Carl's daughter. Come here, big girl. Give me, big girl. Did you, my baby? Tell Carl's daughter hello for me. Yeah, she says hello. Yeah, so that's definitely one of my goals. I mean, I've been to, a few cruise locations, but and it's always exciting to go to a different country. But I want to visit Canada. I had never been to Canada before. I know that's within um, it's close enough for us to, kind of go visit and take a flight and not be in the plane for hours and hours. But my desire is to go to Africa. I'm clearly an African American, um, and so there's, and I don't know this if it's true for all Black people, but there's always this curiosity about visiting Africa, right? Um, I know that obviously the history. My ancestors came from most likely western coast of Africa, so I just want to go to visit some of those coastal countries, Cameroon, you know, maybe even go to Kenya. Definitely want to visit Egypt and see the pyramids. I mean, who doesn't, right? South Africa, I'm all about it. European countries, yeah, I'd love to go to France, see the Eiffel Tower. I mean, those are things that everybody's kind of everyone's bucket list. That's so hopefully. I mean, I know that's not a direct answer to your question, but I'll just let you know. Maybe one day visit Europe. Yeah, that's. I mean, that was kind of getting around to talking about Europe. Yeah, I think Europe would be kind of cool. Um, I don't have any family there. I don't know very many people in Europe to that maybe can take me around, and so it'd be kind of an adventure. Maybe my wife and I can do when we retire. So Carl, you said it's 2 a.m. here. 2 a.m. Oh, right, Carl, you're in the UK, right? Jenkins said he's 90% Nigerian. Oh, where are you? Really? That's awesome. I think, yeah, Carl's in the UK. Yeah. So yeah, that helps me kind of like gauge my the times that obviously I'm in America. I work in the middle of the day, so I usually don't get home till after 5:30 or 6. There are some days where I'm not. Rain, get out of our stuff, man. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to them, but if that grosses you out, I can always turn away. But he does it so much. He's always licking her bottom and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe when my wife and I retire, that'd be kind of a great thing to do to visit some of those countries and get away from. Again, I mean, I don't have any problem with America. I know America probably gets a bad rap for a lot of things, but I grew up here in Texas. I'm from Texas, and I got a fairly decent education. Of course, I did apply myself, uh, but so I have no problems living in the United States, and I'm sure there's other countries that could be potentially better, but my family's here too. So, oh well, came over here. I should have known. Let's go find little bit. Carl's like, it's like, well, kind of Carl. It's kind of like a handshake, but he be getting in there. You know what I mean? He really into that licking business. So I'm trying to be respectful of everybody. Yeah. So Rennes in France, the Rennes in France. Hey, is that like the town you're in? Come here, big girl. I don't think people want to see you just walk inside the house. Yeah, Carl, or you mean like in terms of retiring and then traveling together? Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely one of my goals is to retire and do a little bit of traveling. I'm not sure how we're gonna make sure these guys are taken care of, but we'll figure something out. We always tend to get somebody to babysit. So yeah, know the know the licking. You think so? You assume that the licking is like a handshake? Can you imagine if humans did that? Oh my God! Come here, Sarah. Let me take a lick of you real quick. It's like a handshake these days. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, Carl. That's see, Carl. This is the reason why I stay away from all sorts of like, you know, I don't use profanity on my streams. I just don't think that you never know who's watching, and I tend to want to be err on the side of caution and be more respectful. Come on, guys. Now's the time to play because it's finally cool enough to do something. They don't care. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa. So my Rottweiler is like super quick. I mean, you really. Who's gonna get it first? Who's gonna get it first? Carl wants to do some virtual reality stuff with my dogs. Whoa. Uh oh. Whoa. I like watching them a lot. They just make me laugh. You know what I mean? Like if you watch them long enough, you just can't help but smile or laugh at them. They're just uh, they're just so fun to watch. And they kind of take care of each other. And sometimes they'll just be sitting there licking each other and just acting so concerned for each other. They're just so entertaining. I used to do like some voiceovers with them, and as a matter of fact, I just put out a little bit of a compilation video where I kind of did voiceovers with all the dogs. So if y'all can catch look at that and see what you think, see if it's appealing to you or not. But I try. I mean, I'm not like some of those awesome voiceover people, but I do try. So Carl, you sound like a really decent guy. Brought up, I appreciate you, Carl. Yeah, I mean, I think. Hey, don't y'all start all that. Yeah, yeah. Don't you start all that. Be nice. Man, Carl, I appreciate you because it starts at home. That's the saying here in America. We say it starts at home. And what we mean is that you need to have a good solid foundation at home. To make sure that you grow up adjusted. That's one of the reasons why my wife and I, we've been married for, is it 24 years? It'll be 24 years, and we raised two kids together, and at this point we've had one, two, three, four, five dogs in our marriage. Five dogs and two children we've raised, and I'd like to think that the majority of our success is the fact that we work together as a team, and we raise our children together. And one of the things that we definitely stress is that you need to be respectful. You need to be grow up and knowing how to treat people. I mean, that's one thing that I feel like this generation seems to struggle with is learning how to be good people, man, for goodness sake, and have care for one another. Yeah, I appreciate Carl. Now not every American's like that. Um, One of the things that I wanted to do with my son, he's a grown kid now. I think he's a grown kid. See how I qualify that. Um, and one of the things I wanted to do with him is start like a little bit of a podcast. Because I don't know. I think that's a nice perspective to show. Where father, son. And you're proud of your son. He's military, and he's just to be a great kid. And I just that conversation is nice to kind of get out there. However, my kids have respect. Yeah, not like our kids in England. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, and I think it's directly related to, I think, just the loss of parents valuing uh, teaching their kids. You know what I'm saying? I just think like this society has kind of lost that. I mean, for some reason, we just felt like no, it's no longer required to teach your kids to be respectful. And I don't know if we just feel like it's a dog eat dog world, pun intended, dog eat dog world, and everyone has to be mean, but not everyone has to be mean. I mean, there are still some nice people out here. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the reasons why I kind of shy away from being too polar with politics, is because, man, politics is that's a dumpster, man. Here in America, you know, one guy made a comment, and I think he just left after I didn't want to I didn't want to participate. But he's like, "Are you voting blue or green?" You know, he just wanted me to kind of pigeonhole myself into a political party, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that's a quick way to just get everybody in a dumpster mentality, and I'm not into that right now." So I just look, you vote what's best for you. Do your due diligence, right? Read up on the candidates, read up on issues, formulate a opinion about every single issue. You know, don't just go straight party. Say, hey, what's better for the economy? What's better for this? You know, think about each issue is what I try to get people to do. You know, obviously I'm not your, I'm not an adult educator. I'm just saying, let's not go straight party and start being real polar and then hating people because you have a certain political belief, right? I teach my kids that. And so, Carl, I was brought up with my mom and sister, but mom was like that, and mom messed with her at her peril. Ooh, yeah, Carl, man, that's tough, man. Sorry to hear that. Mess with? Oh, you mean mess with your mom and her peril? You have a lot of respect for your mom. Yeah, man, I got you. You know, my home wasn't always a mother and father. I mean, I started off, my mom was a single mother for a while, and and so before she got married, and then from that point on, but basically from I was like 9 years old till an adult, I had a father. But those were some years that my mom held it down for me. You know what I'm saying? My mom did me a solid. For some strange reason, you know, I didn't come from a line of people who were highly educated, but my mom, for some reason, had the foresight to be like, hey, I need to, you know, promote education for my son. And so what she did for me was she like I'm talking like this is like in kindergarten, first grade, second grade. What she did for me is during the summertime she would tutor me. She would give me so here in America when I was a kid they used this book series called phonics, and so phonics had like grade levels, right? So my mom would always get the grade level above that I was going to, and over the summer she would basically make me do worksheets and things like that. So little did she know that was probably key to my quote and unquote success. So, and I don't want to get too far away from my doggies, but I mean, it's just kind of an interesting topic that you brought up, and I don't want to lose people from focus from the dog. But anyway, the point that I'm making is, you know, my mom did a solid job, so I feel you, Carl. Is anybody watching the game tonight? I know my dogs are ready to watch game one of the NBA Finals. I don't know if that's a thing over there for you guys in the UK. Do you guys care about the American NBA Finals? I don't know if Envir is still here or not. He may have dipped out. Envir, he's out of France and he popped in on us. So I don't know if he or anyone he knows cares about the American NBA Finals, and I think that's and not everyone here in America cares about the NBA Finals. I mean, some people are more like football fans or American football. I think that's how other countries refer to our football, right? We say football, but we don't mean soccer. We mean American football, right? My mom is a beautiful soul. She showed us the correct way to behave. Single mom with two jobs. I hear you. England is more for soccer, but I can't stand the game. Yeah, man, I'm not a fan necessarily of soccer, aka football. However, you know, I didn't grow up watching that. I kind of was more of the NBA or nothing kind of thing. Jenkins, are you being funny, man? You think they watch golf? Maybe, I don't know. You love rugby, similar to your football. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, Carl. I never watched a single game. I mean, I know what rugby is, and one of my coworkers, I think, actually plays rugby. But yeah, we don't really watch rugby. I'm sure Storm doesn't care what we watch as long as we watch it together, right? She says as long as we watch it together. Yeah, she don't care. Jenkins, are you asking me for a VR headset, or are you saying you want to get one to interact with the dogs? I'm sure that technology is going to come where, I bet the future is going to be where people can use VR headsets while they're streaming and people can directly interact. Um, I'm sure that's coming down the pipeline, but no, Jenkins, I don't have a VR headset to give to you if that's what you're asking me. I don't even have one for myself. Yeah. Can you imagine if they had like a dog VR set where dogs can play virtually? They strap it onto their to their faces and let them run around in an enclosed area, keep them entertained. Yeah, that probably not gonna work. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I think tip off. I'm $80 away. Oh, you're trying to save up for getting a VR set? Yeah, man. Just keep plugging away, man. That's one thing that people don't do anymore. They don't save up for anything. No one wants to stash. Everyone wants the instant gratification, right? They want to, like, if I got it, I'm gonna pay for it now. But no one wants to put money away and save up for things anymore. Yeah, that's right. Guys, I promise this stream was not meant to be as my daughter says, a dad TED talk. That's not what this was meant to be. It was meant to be just about my dogs and just just the positive things that we see with the dogs, because I did the negatives on my last stream. So if you didn't check out my last stream, please go back and watch it. I appreciate it. Give me thumbs up too if you can. I really appreciate anyone who's watching and have enjoyed the dogs today and enjoyed hanging out with us. Please give us thumbs up. Uh, Storm and Rain, he's got his head sticking out the door. Rain, what's up, buddy? Tell everybody thank you. Tell them asking for a thumbs up. Say, can you give me a thumbs up? Everybody, please. Yeah. Say thank you for the thumbs up. He's he's been letting in all the flies, by the way, guys. Yeah, Storm says it's time to shut it down. So, guys, I'm gonna go in and get ready for the NBA. So, Richard, thank you for showing up, man. I'm sorry. We're at the end of our live stream. If you can, just give me a thumbs up or come and you catch it once I upload it. And if not, I will see everybody probably. See, tomorrow's Friday. I may skip Friday because I'm probably going to be going out with the wifey, but I'll be back Saturday morning and probably Sunday morning. So if you're not doing, and so for people that are out of the country, I'm hoping that Sunday morning streams, I think that's more like Sunday afternoon for you guys. So please catch me then. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you for the kind words. Thank you for everything. Thanks, Jenkins, for stopping in. Um, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Carl, for stopping in, and Envir, all the way from France. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. And also thank you to West, who came in and contributed, and Darwin Santos, he's awesome. Eric Salazar, and Sky Moonstar, thank you. L2, thank you. John Doe, L2, all you people, thank y'all for showing up. And Missy says, good night. Tell them good night, baby. Good night.